Shrek 2, possibly one of the best pieces of cinema to ever be created. That's an opinion, of course, but seriously, how could you not love a whole movie that's about two ogres, a donkey, and a cat that's literally named Puss going on a quest simply just to fuck around and maybe even find out on the way? This movie was easily in my top 5 favorites when I was little, and maybe even now, but not because of its goofy charm or even because Fiona's mom was an absolute baddie. The reason why this movie so easily ranked in my top 5 favorite movies is for one reason, and one reason alone. Far, Far Away Idol. For those of you who aren't aware of what Far, Far Away Idol is, it's sort of like American Idol, but if instead of a bunch of random goofballs waiting in line for hours just to get a chance to be ridiculed by Simon Cowell and the other judges, it's actually just every single character in Shrek throwing ass and singing like the rent is due. And it's the best shit ever. Far, Far Away Idol is incredible. Peak cinema, if you will. I mean, for God's sake, they got the actual Simon Cowell as a judge for it. How insane is that? It almost feels like the producers of the show took one glance at the ratings from the first movie and said, yeah, fuck it, and decided to throw in 11 random, albeit very catchy songs into the mix. I couldn't find how big the budget was for this post-credit scene, but I can't imagine it was very small considering there were songs by Frank Sinatra, Johnny Nash, and even Duran Duran. My personal favorite of the bunch was the Three Blind Mice singing I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Cash. Not just because the irony of those three singing that is hilarious, but also because their voices and harmonies were impeccable, and they're just little guys, and I love them, and they deserve the win, and maybe I am still a little bit mad about it, but what's wrong with that? Anyway, Far Far Away Idol had a really cool feature where once you got to see everyone perform their songs, you, the viewer, had the option to vote on who was the winner of the competition. Wow, so cool and awesome, right? Wrong. No matter how bad you wanted those sweet, sweet little mice to win the competition, your attempts went unanswered because, spoiler alert, no matter who you chose, in the end, Simon Cowell wins. Dumbest shit ever. And that's probably the reason why they eventually decided to scrap the whole let the viewer decide option. Obviously, you can still find Far Far Away Idol today, but the only way to do that is by watching Shrek Swamp Story on Netflix. And honestly, I'll just keep it a buck with you. You will never catch me watching that show, even if it has the version that doesn't give you false hope. So basically all I'm saying is Far Far Away Idol was great for what it was at the time, but it always left something to be desired. And that something was the option to actually have the power to choose the winner. Like, how cool would it be if the person that you chose to win the competition got their own cutscene once the results were announced? But of course, that's never going to happen. So instead of sitting here worrying about what could have been, I'll just go play my favorite game, Frog Detective. A game where your vote actually matters. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I know I haven't really posted on here too much recently, but I'm slowly getting back into the groove of things. Hey, but if you really miss me that much, head over to my other channel that will be in the description for a lot more frequent content. I kind of forgot about this, but if you like my stuff here, consider subscribing. It helps me out a ton considering this is kind of just a hobby for me right now. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.